Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Talk Business with Audrey. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, and today I am excited to talk about print on demand versus drop shipping. And is there a difference? And I had to find out, was there a difference? And there actually is a difference, but sometimes the two terms are used synonymously. So stay tuned. I'll be right back so we can get off. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, I had to figure out exactly what was the difference between print on demand and drop shipping because I understood drop shipping to be, you find a company that's in China somewhere, and then that company sent you you sent an order to that company, and that company shipped the product to somebody else. And how I found that out was because originally when I first started thought about going into e-commerce, I had started a rug company. And when I went online, I saw this company called Oberlo, and Oberlo had all of these amazing products that you could just have drop ship. And I had read about Oberlo, and I had read about all of the things that you could do with Oberlo, and it was a really cool platform. And so that was my understanding of drop shipping. And then I found out about print on demand. I'm like, I like print on demand. So I kind of married the two together. So inside of my rug store, I had drop shipping rugs, and then I had print on demand rugs. So I had both. And so print on demand rugs, that's also, I think, is considered drop shipping. The difference is I get to upload my own personal designs into my print on demand platform. The company then take my designs, print them on my products, and then ship it to my clients. With drop shipping, I do not get to put my own designs on the products. And so the company already has the products. I pick the products that I want, put those products in my store, and then when someone orders from my store, the company ships that product to my clients. So that was my understanding of what drop ship and print on demand is. Now, which one do I like the best? Well, me personally, I find that I like print on demand better because I can actually put my own designs on things. And what's exciting about that to me is that I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but I honestly like being able to go in there and design things to put on my own product. So that has been exciting for me. And so for me, I'm just thinking about, how to come up with the next design, how to come up with designs that nobody else has. So that's exciting. So that's why I like print on demand. Now, drop shipping is probably extremely easy to do. You don't have to worry about designing anything. You don't have to worry about shipping anything. All you have to do is promote your store. And so that's exciting as well. But I tend to like print on demand a little bit better versus drop shipping. And the other thing I didn't kind of like about drop shipping, well, let me say this. I didn't like what I did because there are companies inside the United States that do drop shipping for you. The company that I was working with originally was in Turkey. And so I thought it was in China. Still, I was like, okay, it's in China. I'm going to go ahead and work with that company. So when the pandemic hit and my products was being shipped in from Turkey, of course they got stuck overseas because nothing was coming into the United States at that time because of the pandemic. So that put a little bit of fear in my heart when it comes to drop shipping outside of the country. So I was like, yeah, I can't do this. And that's when I closed down my rug company. I was like, yeah, this is going to stress me out. So I don't want to drop ship outside of the country. So that's when I decided to do this store, I said, you know what? I want to do another store, but I need to make sure that my manufacturer is inside the United States. And so the manufacturer that I use right now for my products is actually inside the United States. As a matter of fact, I'm in Georgia. They're right there in North Carolina. So which is pretty good, which is about 5 hours away from me. So if for any strange reason they couldn't ship my stuff out, I could actually go and pick my stuff up, even though that's not something that they actually allow. But I feel like if the circumstances were to require me to do that, I could just get in my car and drive to pick it up. So, that for me, that print on demand process and my manufacturer being so very close to me was attractive for me. Drop shipping normally, from what I've learned, comes from like China or Turkey or some other overseas company, and sometimes you can't really you can't really gauge the printing. You can't really gauge the shipping process. And I can tell you right now, I had something that happened to me just recently. I had someone buy a product in the United States. They lived in the United States, and the shipping on the product was $24.99. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's a lot of money. So I was just thinking, what if that person was overseas? So it's a lot that goes into both sides of this. A lot that goes into drop shipping, and there's a lot that goes into print on demand. So both of them are learning curves for people who are new. I'm new to both platforms. I'm learning about print on demand. I'm loving print on demand, but there is a learning curve, and you have to make sure that you do your homework and decide which platform is going to be better for you. For me, it's print on demand. For you, you may say, well, I don't want to design anything, which I understand that. Listen, if I had to actually physically draw something out, trust me, I would be just like you. But because there are so many wonderful softwares out there that will allow me to create designs without knowing how to draw a straight line. And I say that all the time, y'all. I can't draw a straight line, and that's for real. I really can't. However, there's some amazing softwares out there that let me come up with the most creative designs I've ever come up with in my life. And that's really, really, really exciting for me. So, I'm looking at this thing from the eye of someone who can't draw, but who wants to be creative, who wants to create this amazing company, which I'm working towards, and be able to touch the world in a great way, be able to inspire other entrepreneurs to do the same, be able to help entrepreneurs, when they get stuck. So, I just wanted to drop in and talk about, my experience with print on demand versus drop ship, which is better. And it's going to come down to your decision. Which one do you think is better based on what you're trying to do? If you're trying to be an artist, or if you are an artist and you want to put your designs on some products, you may want to consider print on demand. If you don't want to, do that, you may want to think about drop shipping. Now, what I would say is, if you're going to pick drop shipping, pick a product that somebody's going to like. When I started my drop shipping company with my rug company, I just literally said, you know what, I want to do rugs because people love their homes. They want to decorate all the time. And so to me, that made sense. Literally, I must have been up a week when I got my first 3 orders. And one of my orders was for $188. I'm never going to forget that. It was $188 for area rug that cost me about $27. Now, you would have thought that I would have kept that thing going, but the fact that it got stuck in Turkey for a whole month freaked me completely out. I did not know how the pandemic was going to be. I shut the store down even after getting 3 orders, and one of them was $188, which I made a huge profit on the backside because I charged $188 for that rug. But because I was afraid, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I didn't know what was going to happen. I could not see myself being stressed out, trying to figure out how my product was going to get into the United States when so much was going on with the pandemic. So, that was my experience with drop shipping. There are other people who are doing some amazing things with drop. They are crushing it. They are crushing it. And so, if you're thinking about drop shipping, go check out some of their videos. There are a lot of people out there doing amazing things with drop shipping. I not to be one of those. My goal is to do amazing things with print on demand. And so, that's why I wanted to talk about the two and what the differences were. And, some people say print on demand is drop shipping, and it is kind of drop shipping because they print your product and then they drop ship it. The only difference is you get to design the product yourself versus with drop shipping, you go to a manufacturer like an Alibaba or AliExpress and you pick a product and then you have the product actually shipped to your clients via your store. So I just wanted to stop in and say, good afternoon and talk to you about where I am. And one last thing I want to talk about with print on demand that I just actually discovered, and I said I was going to do a short on this, but I discovered I have a product in my store. The price of the product is, I think it's $45. The shipping on that product was $24.99. And I had to ask my print on demand company, why is that shipping so high on that product and it's being shipped in the United States? And honestly, they said that, that's just what they charge. And I'm thinking, so on that particular one product, I made 2 cents. I was disgusted. I was like, wait a minute. This has got to be a error. So that's the one thing I will say. Make sure if you do decide to do print on demand, make sure your shipping is set up right. You know, I thought I had my shipping set up correctly based on what I was looking at in my back office. In some kind of way, that particular one item slipped through the cracks. The other, I have orders already from the other ones. They went out perfectly. This one particular order, I got 2 cents. My profit on that, now I made a profit, 2 cents. Did I really make a profit? No, because I'm sure that got ate up in print on demand fees. But make sure if you're going to do print on demand, you understand the shipping process for that, because I made a 2 cent profit and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So until they can tell me why that is happening, I'm going to take that product out of my store and I will keep all the rest of my products, which is not hard to do because all I got to do is go in there and take it out. And so for all my designs, and I think I have probably about 45 designs at this point, and they all come in 4 different sizes. So I'm just going to go, and that particular one, I'm going to take it out the store. So if you're going to do print on demand, understand the shipping. I have to take that product out, and I have to take it out today, because if someone orders that product from outside of the United States, if it costs $24 to ship that product inside the United States, I'm going to take a loss on that product, because I'm almost certain to ship it outside of the United States, because I just opened up my international marketplace. I'm almost certain it's going to cost way more. So I have to take that product out, and I have to go back and look at my other shipping prices to make sure that they are making sense so I can make the profit that I want to make. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming by and checking out my show. Listen, do me a favor, subscribe to the show below. This channel is about entrepreneurship. It's about Shopify and e-commerce. It's about building a business, and no matter what you want to do. And I keep it real. Like, I'm not here to, give you fluff. I'm here to keep it real with you. If you have questions, always you can leave them here in the chat area. But follow the show, subscribe to the channel, share the channel with your friends. Leave me a comment. Hit the notification button, all of this stuff that you hear on YouTube, all of that. Do all of that for me. And I'll be back again with another video tomorrow. I'll be here again tomorrow talking about why I chose the niche that I chose. And I'll tell you about that tomorrow. So listen, thank you again for stopping by. I'll be back again tomorrow at 2:30. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, until next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to Talk Business with Audrey. Bringing you another powerful resource to help you start or grow your business so that you can live the boss life. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to the show now, share it with your friends, and drop Audrey a note over at www.talkbusinesswithaudrey.biz.